What's up everybody and welcome back to a Moneyball playthrough with Brentford, with me Lygo. We've got two big clashes coming up today, firstly away at Fulham and then we've got West Brom following that. As you can see, looking at the table, we've got a game in hand on West Brom, but we are 6 points behind, and we are level on games with Fulham but 4 points behind them. 2 wins today will go a long way to achieving our goals of promotion. So let's see what we can do today. And for the away game against Fulham, we're going with a familiar lineup. We've got Royer in goal, Henry, Pinnock, Janssen and Dalsgaard make up the back four. Skip, Norgard and Jensen in the midfield, and then Benrahma, Boimo and Watkins up front. I know this is a Moneyball playthrough, so that we will be looking at some data analysis later on. Just wanted to get a lot of the first season out of the way, so that we have a foundation for the game to build on. This is a big derby game for Brentford, so we will be asking for performance for the fans. And let's take it to Fulham. Let's see what we can do. But as I mentioned, we will be looking at data analysis later on towards the end of the season. Just wanted to get... and we've made a sloppy mistake to start with. The knockouts punished us after 15 seconds. But as I was saying, I wanted to get the first season out of the way, give the game some information to work with before we start looking at the analysis side of things. So here we have Mbuemo and Dalsgaard coming down this right hand side. Dalsgaard with a long ball forward to Watkins, who latches onto it and hits it wide of the far post. Really should be hitting the target from there, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And that might be something that we look at when we do the data analysis. Is Watkins has been a bit hit and miss this season. He is in double figures for goals, but this front three are not doing as much as I'd like them to. Maybe it's tactics, maybe it's individuals. So if we can dig deeper into that and find out what the cause of that is, and hopefully resolve some issues going forward. And we're 1-0 down, and we've got a very anxious, furious looking team at the moment. So I'm going to shout to them, ask them to calm down. See if that changes anything. And it's not really done much as we go into half time. Still not much going on. We've had 7 shots. The possession is fairly even. We're going to half time 1-0 down. Really not happy with that. And I'm going to ask the team for something else in the second half. Hopefully we can have a better showing in the second half. Losing away at Fulham today would be a big blow to our promotion chances. They're already 4 points ahead. This would put them 7 points ahead of us. That's a big ask going into these last 10 or so games. But we've got the ball here with Jensen, who loses out again. It's a couple of times we've lost the ball in the midfield area and left Fulham to attack us. Knockout gets in again, but it's a tame effort at the keeper this time. I'm going to give it 5-10 minutes, make a substitution probably on the hour mark. Actually, we'll make it before that because we've got Benrahma, he's absolutely shattered. And first thing I noticed going into this is we've got Watkins in danger of losing his discipline. Benrahma's absolutely shattered. And Norgard in danger of being booked. We've got a lot of players playing poorly. Only 3 substitutions to make a difference. What I might do is switch up to the more attacking 4-2-3-1 and actually just change that to a bit more direct, see if we can attack Fulham a bit more. Now Skip is the only player playing well, so I don't want to take him off. I think probably, yeah, we can play him as a box-to-box midfielder. And then do we keep Norgard or Jensen on? I think we'll go with Jensen this time. And then look to bring Marcondes on in this attacking midfield role. Take Benrahma off and bring 2 on this left hand side. And use him as an inverted winger. And we'll leave it like that for now. And see what difference this makes. And I'm going to ask for more from the team as well. Let's focus a few of the back players. We've got a free kick just on the halfway line with Janssen. Plays it short to Jensen, out wide to 2. Looping header in the box, doesn't find anyone, but it's out to Watkins and Mbama hits it wide. As we come up to the last 15 minutes, we're going to make one more substitution, thinking of taking Watkins off and bringing Botheim on, looking for something a bit different up top. We've got Dalsgaard, gives it to Mbama down this right hand side. Can't quite get the cross in, but he's got a second attempt, but loses out again. And Fulham look to counter. But that's a great tackle from Mbeumo, gets the ball back with Dalsgaard. Janssen, Mbeumo. If we can just do something, create one good chance, but it's another long range effort. And we're not creating anything. There's no inspiration up top. So let's make that substitution, bring Botheim on, play him as the advance forward, and just ask for them to be more creative. And we're not playing terribly. We're having 14 shots. The possession is still even, but there's just no creativity from the team today. So give them a shout to be more creative, but it's Fulham that have the ball here. We need to get it back as soon as possible. We force them back. Botheim's intercepted a pass, bursting down this right hand side. He's got nobody in the middle. He's going to have to go alone. He does. And again, it's a tame effort. It's a really poor showing after we absolutely dominated Fulham earlier in the season. We've come to their place today, and it's just been lacklustre. And as we approach full time, that appears to be it. No inspiration in the midfield or out wide creating chances today. It's left us with a big ask for the rest of the season. And we're back with the West Brom game, and just wanted to show you this tactical report from my assistant just before we get into the game. Looking at this, a few things stand out to me. They're expected to play a 4-2-3-1. Very weak in the middle of midfield going forward, and also a couple of weaknesses at the fullbacks. So what I want to do this time round is just alter our tactics slightly to see if we can exploit the fullbacks going into this. And the team we're going to put out today, we're going to have Gunnarsson in goal, as David Raya has picked up an injury. Henry, Jonvier, Janssen and Dalsgaard make up the back four. Baptiste and De Silva come into the midfield to partner Jensen. And then continue with the front three up front of Benrahma and Mbeumo and Watkins. The other thing that was noted on the scout report was that West Brom lack a lot of teamwork and work ethic. So I think that's another thing that I want to try and exploit today. I'm going to passionately say for a worthy display that's motivated the team. We're just going to make the alteration to the tactics now, see if we can exploit the wings, expose West Brom down the sides, and if we get into this, and let's make up for that loss at Fulham by coming and bouncing back with a win against West Brom today. And we start with Henry coming down this left, gives it to Jensen. Ball into the box, can't find Mbeumo. West Brom hack it away. And they've hit us on the counter attack. Robinson's in, but he makes a mess of that and hits it wide. Again, that's a sloppy start from us. 2 minutes on the clock and we're already giving chances away. But Jensen whips in a corner. Nobody's there to meet it. De Silva picks it up on the edge of the area. Goes for the bottom corner and it's tipped wide just by Johnston in the West Brom goal. And we've got a second attempt at this corner. Jensen whips it in again. It's met by Janssen and it's tipped over this time. So we're putting pressure on from these set pieces. Maybe this will open the deadlock for us. And it's a third corner. Janssen this time and it's just over the bar. And that's looking a bit more positive. And already we've got 5 shots on goal. 4 of them on target. And here we have a free kick on the edge of the area. And we've seen Jensen ping him into the top corner, but he can't this time. It rebounds off the wall. And he's left with an empty net. And it's a 20-yard effort. And granted the keeper's on the floor, but that's still a good effort from Jensen. And he puts us 1-0 up. It's a rather poor free kick, but he makes amends at the second time of asking, and this is looking a lot more like it. And now we've got Baptiste looking to counter for us. Trips over the ball a bit, but he manages to find Henry down this left-hand side. Can Henry get the ball into the middle? He decides to go alone, and I don't know what's happened there, but it's past Johnston, and it's goal number 2. And that's great work from Rico Henry down this left-hand side. We just have a look at the replay. Hopefully we might get a better angle of what's happened here. As you can see, Henry picks the ball up, cuts inside, and when he hits it, it looks to just stop in mid-air. Johnson gets a hand on it, but can't quite do enough. Got to be questions asked to the West Brom goalkeeper there. But it's left us 2-0 up. This is looking a lot better. Half an hour on the clock. We look to be in control of this game. West Brom have only had 1 effort on target. We come again looking for a third. Henry down this left hand side. Crosses it in. Can't quite get ahead of Benrahma. Picks it up. Jensen. De Silva finds Mbeumo. Watkins from range. And that's a screamer into the top corner. That's goal number 15 from Watkins. I did say in the last game that we weren't getting what we expected of the front three. Yes, Watkins has got 15 goals, but what's really bothering me is his lack of consistency. So I need to find a way of getting more consistency from the front three. That's a ball over the top from Dalsgaard. Watkins is in and can't quite get his second today. If you're watching this, let me know what you think that I could do differently with the front three to try and get more consistency from them. Should I be playing Benrahma and Mbeumo as wingers, inverted wingers, try and get more out of Watkins, provide more for him? Or should I look for the providers? Should I look forget my words out? Should I look for the providers to be the wingers and the midfielders and leave the front three as a narrow front three so we can look to attack from there? But we've got the ball here with Henry again, everything coming down this left hand side, and it looks to be the right choice, asking to exploit the wings on West Brom because they just can't handle us today. We've had to go back, but we've got it out wide on the right this time. Dalsgaard gives it to Mbeumo. He's got 1 to beat, and we've got a penalty. Didn't have to beat his man. He draws a foul, and he's rewarded with a penalty. I think number 10 is at Benrahma. It is Benrahma steps up, and it's into the bottom corner, and we're 4-0 up against West Brom, who were top of the league. After Fulham beat us, they went top, but we're 4-0 up in a top of the table clash. It shows you that we do have the ability. Don't know what happened in that Fulham game. We got it all wrong. But 2 minutes into added time of the first half, and Mbeumo's coming forward here. Can we make it 5? Watkins, and he's put it wide. Great work by Mbeumo, but Watkins, another poor effort there. Should have made it 5 before half time. And I don't think there's much else I can say other than passionately happy with the thing to go in. Keep doing it. Give me more. Because we're absolutely destroying West Brom here. We've got the Brentford faithful chanting, "We want 5, we want 5." Coming up to the hour mark, we'll make our first substitution. This is 2 games in 2 quick succession, so we will take Benrahma off. Bring 2 on this left hand side as the winger. And we've got Mbeumo tiring. I don't really want to take him off. I think we'll leave it like that for now. Do want to give the players a rest because we're 4-0 up. We can't be throwing away the game at this stage. Dalsgaard's picked up a knock, so we will take him off now. Got Roeslev on the bench. Straight like for like swap there. Just before he does go off, Dalsgaard takes the throw in. We've got the ball with Jensen. Back to Dalsgaard. Back to Jensen again. And Mbeumo playing it in triangles. Looks to free Watkins. And it's another poor effort from Watkins. This is the consistency I'm talking about. We just can't get him scoring consistently. He scored earlier in the game, but he's had 3 good chances and wasted 3 of them. But he's got the ball here, he's taken it off the West Brom defender, and that's another one he's put wide. 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Granted it was a tight angle, but again, should be doing better, at least make the goalkeeper work. And just take a look now, just pause it, make a substitution. We've got a lot of tiring legs out there. I was thinking of bringing Thompson on, bring a young player on, but Henry's having a fantastic game. And what we will do is bring Drew Yearwood on for Josh De Silva as our final substitution. Tell him there's no pressure, there's nothing for him to do other than just keep the team ticking over. We'll drop some praise for these last 10 minutes. It's been an absolute performance by the boys. Bouncing back from that Fulham game, showing that we can do the business. And there we are, 3 minutes into added time. Not a sniff from West Brom in that second half, and 4-0. As you can see, 19 shots, 12 on target. West Brom 6 with 2 on target. I think it was the right choice exploiting the wings with that one. And we've absolutely destroyed West Brom. Passionately say, very happy with the way they played. And what we'll do is, we are 39 games in. I think we'll look to come back for the last 2 games of the season, Stoke and Barnsley, unless things change in the league and it tightens up. But as it stands, we've got Fulham with a game in hand on 81 points, West Brom on 80, and us on 77. Leeds not far behind, they also have a game in hand on 76 points. So we'll see how it goes. If everything is still to play for in the final 2 games, we will come back for the final 2 games of the season. And if you've liked that, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave any comments down below, and thank you for watching.